Are you looking for some magic video to turn your life around and get you back on your feet? Well, good luck with that, because that shit doesn't exist and I can't give it to you. But what I can give you are 3 simple habits that you can implement in your life to become more productive. I personally have learned these from people who are way more successful than me, just based on seeing their habits and their traits that they talk about and trying to implement it myself. And that's honestly the best way to learn, is to look at people who are more successful than you and try to copy them. I'm by no means where I want to be success-wise. I have a long way to go. But I've noticed a huge improvement in my life after I started implementing these, so I wanted to share them with you guys. Now make sure you stick around to the end of the list, because I saved the best one for last. So number 1 on my list is morning workouts. Now you may be asking yourself, how does working out in the morning improve productivity? Now we all know that working out is generally really healthy for us, but here's actually why it improves your productivity as well. Now from my personal experience, I always feel like I get more done throughout my day when I start the morning with a workout. Just because waking up and going straight to the gym and doing a hard workout, it's not easy and it requires discipline. It just shows yourself that you have the discipline to show up and put into work even when you don't feel like it. And that to me just pumps me up. And then the actual working out itself is great for your brain. There's plenty of research that shows that working out is actually really good for brain clarity and productivity. And then probably my favorite aspect of working out is seeing the progress in my physique and in the weights that I lift. Every week when I make an improvement, it just feels so good. It's an indescribable feeling, and it puts you on top of the world. Just making some sort of improvement and then seeing the results in your body, that is also a huge energy boost and a big motivator for me. Now you could also technically work out in the afternoon or the evening, but I always prefer working out in the morning just to get it done. It's also the quietest time in the gym. There's the least amount of people because not everybody wakes up early to go to the gym. I want to go into the gym when I've just woken up and I'm fresh, I have plenty of energy, and I can hit that workout and then finish the rest of my day. So that's why I prefer morning workouts. Now number 2 on the list, we have meditating in the sun with your shirt off. Now I know that sounds like some tree hugger hippie garbage, but I promise this will change your life. Research shows that over 1 billion people worldwide have vitamin D deficiency. Now what's the best way to get vitamin D? Sunlight. So not only will this improve your physical health because you're fixing a deficiency, but also being outside and meditating will improve your mental health and your mental clarity. I can almost guarantee that you don't spend enough time outside. Ever since the pandy, we've all been stuck inside, playing video games or doing stuff for work or for school, and that's how we socialize, right? We don't go outside anymore. So that's the way it's been for so long, and that's probably why so many people are vitamin D deficient. That shit ended forever ago, so what are you still doing being weird? Go outside, take your shirt off, sit in the sun, and meditate. Now once you become good at meditating, your mental clarity will improve, and so will your productivity as a result. I recommend starting with just a few minutes a day and gradually working your way up, and this will just allow you to be with your thoughts and work on your mindfulness. It's also great because if you're a pasty Chad like me, look at the skin. You get to work on your tan, so that's also a great benefit. Now if you don't know how to meditate, I recommend using this app called Medito. It's completely free, and I personally used it to learn how to meditate, so now I can meditate without the app. But it gives you guided meditations for a certain period of time, so you can choose like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and it's super easy. It starts you out from complete beginner all the way to like advanced. I don't know what you would call it, but it's a great app and I definitely would recommend it. Habit number 3, I saved the best one for last, and this one has definitely been the biggest change that I've made, and I've seen a huge improvement in my productivity. So number 3, we have goal setting. To be honest, this could be a video just by itself. Goal setting has been such a big game changer for me because it's given me a template and a guide to go throughout my day so that I know exactly what I need to get done. And it also just kind of gives me a long-term vision for the future, which is always the most motivating thing, is when you know what you're shooting for, you can actually take action in the present. And most people don't actually do this, which is probably why most people aren't successful. The average person just goes through life aimlessly hoping to make some improvement here or there with their job or with their career, with their skills, hopefully picking things up as they go, but they have no actual long-term vision for where they want to be or what they want to achieve. Setting goals changes all that because it gives you a vision for your life and what you want to do with it. Now here's how I personally write down my goals. In my room, I have a big whiteboard on the wall, and it's a place where I can see it every day. And on that whiteboard, I've divided it into 3 sections. I have my 5-year goals, I have my yearly goals, so my goals for the year of 2022, and then I have my monthly goals. And every month, at the beginning of every month, I erase the monthly goals and I write new ones. Now, it will take some time to kind of map out your life and kind of think about where you want to be, but this is the most important part, because when you map out your long-term goals, that's what kind of determines your short-term goals. So it's definitely important to take your time with it and don't rush it. Make sure you think about where you want to be with your health, your career, your relationship, your financial goals, all of that. Those are super important because that's going to be your big picture macro goals. Now, for your micro goals, that's all going to be determined by what you wrote down for your macro goals. That's why I said it's so important to take your time and map out what you want your future to be, because that's what's going to determine the present. Now, for me, how I write down my micro goals, I have a weekly to-do list and a daily to-do list. And the way I write those down is with the weekly to-do list, I have a program called Evernote, and that's just a notebook system, an online notebook system. And the reason why I like just writing my weekly stuff on the Evernote is just so that I have like a history of like all of the stuff that I have done and haven't done. It's completely up to you, like your personal preference on how you write down your goals. You just have to make sure that whatever you write down is visible to you and you're constantly reminded of it every day. So that's why I leave my whiteboard in a place in my room where I could see it. I open Evernote every day, so that's why for me it works. Now, for writing down my daily goals, what I like to do is I use a pen and paper and I write down a checklist. And the reason why I like doing a checklist format is because it's just easier and more simple, and I kind of like it's satisfying to be able to finish a task and then check it off. And then at the end of the day, once I finished everything, I can crumple up the paper and throw it away. That's my personal preference. I like to write it down every morning and then leave it on my desk where I sit, so that I can constantly see it and write things down or check things off when I finish them. But that's just how I write down my weekly and my daily goals. And that's gonna wrap it up for today's video about habits for productivity. Hopefully you guys found some of these helpful, and I definitely would recommend implementing all of them into your life. I promise you that over a long period of time, if you stay consistent, you will see improvement in your general health, your general focus, and your mental clarity, and as well as your vision, your drive. And I've noticed a definite improvement in all of those things, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. I'm nowhere near where I want to be success-wise, like I said before, but I'm trying to document that journey and hopefully take some of you guys there along with me. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel and follow my journey. And it would mean a lot to me. But with all that being said, remember, a blessed day and stay clacking. Peace.